is up, everybody? It's your boys Gina and Juice back at it again. And today we're talking about a bunch of sports cards that just keep selling. How you doing, Drew?
And and they say the market's dead.
Yeah, right.
You're right. It's just a correction.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. I think there's a lot of like smaller cards out there. You're gonna see a lot more of those being, graded now and so forth. They're bound to come down. But like you said, it's more of a correction. But I think the bigger sports cards are where it's at. So we'll get to that topic a little bit. We'll let everybody get in. Hope everybody's doing well. Drew, I hope you're doing good.
Doing good.
How have things been with you?
Well, I'm a little sad.
Oh no, why?
Marvel E-Pack has just finished. Spider-Man Metal sold out yesterday. 99 cases in about, I think, a span of 4 hours. So Upper Deck just sold about $500,000 worth of Spider-Man Metal in the last day.
That's insane.
Then I'm sure my wallet's happy that I'm not spending that money anymore.
Yeah, no longer spending that amount of money.
Yeah.
I went a little, I got a couple boxes here and there open up. I did order one box and just open it up off stream. Didn't have any real luck either. But
in Metal?
Yeah.
Ooh, you secretly opened the box?
Yeah, it wasn't
anything
anything
tell
great.
Me. Wow.
It wasn't anything great. I think I told you after the fact. It wasn't recent. It was like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like you opened the box recently. I was like,
no.
You didn't even tell me? Damn.
I've been trying to get active on a lot of other items and so forth. But hey, here's everybody. Alfred, what's up? What's up, guys? Pokey J, hey.
Phase Breaker.
First time I caught it live. Timmy, thank you so much. Appreciate it. John Lane, hello. Can you give me a shout out? Phase Breaker, what up?
What up?
Comic Stash, what's up? What's up, guys? Noel, hello. Hit that like button. Just Plays Pokemon, what's up? Didn't you used to open Pokemon?
Just Plays Pokemon.
Didn't you used to open up Pokemon? Because I haven't seen you open up anything in a while. So hit.
Oh, gee, shots fired.
No. So let's get into the conversations today. There's 5 stories out there that we can basically cover for the time being. And a few of them just happened recently. Let's talk about this because this is right up your alley. A buyer bought a 101 2020 Topps Chrome Sapphire Lewis Hamilton 101. I said 101 twice. That's how important this is. PSA 8. And that buyer was, I believe, Shine, correct?
Yep, Shine did buy it. He spent, I think, $740,000.
That's absolutely insane. And what was it wasn't the 101 Superfractor like 900,000 or something?
Yeah, so. I think so, something like that.
That's absolutely insane for that big of a sports card. Especially in the F1 piece.
For a relatively new card on the scene. I know that there've been vintage, older Formula One stuff, but they weren't as popular or gained as much popularity. Maybe in the Formula One community and over in Europe and stuff like that, where Formula One is a lot bigger than it is here in the US. But I think it's growing in the US and kind of shows that if Shine is willing to spend that kind of money, that there might be something in it in the future for it.
Yeah, and it's crazy because one of the big topics in today's episode that we're talking about is a lot of these cards that are selling, or a lot of high value cards have come up on the market and have a ton of interest. Let's see here. Hold on. There's some conversations going on in the chat. Cracking Packs a couple of years ago was also now I'll pass. What do you mean, Jack Frost? Anyway, could be
the price.
Maybe. Someone posted earlier, super confusing. There seems to be no rule, no reason when it comes to high value sports cars. It's both puzzles and amazes me, right? And and again, getting back on the topic, like for instance, there's another big story that came out. There's a $200,000 Kylian Mbappe card that got revealed, gold vinyl from the World Cup, his first appearance in the World Cup, just chilling in a 3-ring binder. Gold vinyl, World Cup Prism, Kylian Mbappe. That's people are saying that it's like a $200,000 card, and it's right next to a dollar card. It is just crazy that people, these high value cards are out there and now are servicing to the market, and no one has any idea what they are. It's absolutely, like you said, it's puzzling, but it's also amazing. It's confusing, but it's also phenomenal.
It's like the time that they bought it, it was probably maybe like a $50 card, or like, like compared to everything else, it's like, oh, it's great. It's a little bit more expensive than the bases, but not as expensive as it is now. So a lot of these people just tucked them away, in their binders, and, forgot about it. And then now it's like, boom, suddenly like it's taken off, and these cards are just jumping in value.
Well, now let's take it. You talk about a sports card and stuff hanging in there. Let's talk about the sticker cards. Sticker cards now have the ability to have a one-on-one variant. And these sticker cards that have a one-on-one variant, there was a Messi that was pulled. And people are saying that Messi is going to be a very expensive 6-figure card for a sticker. A sticker.
I think like a Pele sticker is kind of crazy too. But it's crazy that it's a sticker, right?
It's a sticker. And,
boggles your mind.
In the first 3 cards that we're talking about today, the first 3 cards are all U.S. dominant sports. F1 and soccer. So soccer's number 1 sport in the world. Mm-hmm. Number 1 sport. I can see why there's value there. The F1 is a little still puzzling to me. But, when we went to the F1 trade night at the National, you felt like there was like an upscale vibe to it. Like that's how the vibe they went with. And I could kind of see that, right? But
we were in the middle of an art gallery. So, it's a little bougie, but
a little bougie, but a lot of these cards are, people were talking about the hobby being dead. Maybe for these smaller prices, because everybody's printed to oblivion. But when it comes to these insanely rare parallel cards, people are making life-changing money out there. It's absolutely insane.
That's why we kind of push the importance of numbered cards and numbered parallels and things like that, why they're more important for you to pay attention to versus like the base cards and things like that. Because it's just like, it's limited print and things like that versus something that's a base. Back in the day, everyone was trying to grade all of those bases and then try to make the money off of that, but now you can't do that with the cost of grading and things like that. So,
and now everybody's getting a lot of those cards back pretty quickly. Finally, I guess not pretty quickly, but after this long haul of grading, people are getting all these values back, and you're kind of getting these junk slabs out there that everybody has 10, 30, 40 different, base parallels. And that's why these people are seeing a market crash, because again, it's just these overprinted cards.
And 10 different 101s. And, it's just like, when is too much?
So Jack Frost is saying, price, bro. Can't find any in my Walmart around where I live. I get that.
Yeah, I get it.
Brad saying, Jen, when are you going to open up more hockey?
Well, we're looking for the right hockey products. Maybe the cup.
It may be. Let's make it happen. Churchill over here. Holy. You like that? I bleeped it out. See? Anyway, I've never seen you stream. Well, now you have, my friend. Dustin, I collect a lot of baseball, and I don't get short print 3-year player being with good money. I don't know what you mean by that. Cards used to be something everyone could indulge in, but people willing to pay stupid amounts of money have ruined the hobby for the average person. I agree with you in part of your statement, like in the sense of there's a lot of money being spent on a lot of big cards that might not be, players that are proven. I think for the first 3 cards that we talked about, Lewis Hamilton is arguably the Michael Jordan of F1 racing. So I agreed, maybe not with the price, but buying his card, his 101, and then having a high dollar value, I can kind of understand. Now, high dollar is like paying a lot for a card. I don't know about the $720,000 or $740,000 it was, But then you have Kylian Mbappe, who's a younger player, to sign one of the richest contracts in soccer history. He has a card that people are valuing at 200 grand just chilling in someone's book. And then Messi's one of one sticker card, valuing a 6-figure card already. One of the cards that I did have on the list, that's another big story that happened this week that kind of plays into your piece, where I do kind of agree with you, is when it comes to rookie quarterbacks. And Joe Burrow's National Treasures 101 NFL Shield sold for $1.7 million.
The actual card or the redemption? Because
the actual card.
Oh, okay. So they redeemed it and it came in.
And sheesh. I'm almost positive that the person who owns that card
is also Shine.
Wow. I'm almost positive. So don't quote me yet. People are already clipping it, but I'm pretty sure he might be the one involved with that. So there hasn't been any release yet, because I'm looking at his Instagram, because his Instagram page is gorgeous when it comes to all these crazy cards.
With, all of that.
But go ahead. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, do you think, like, all of these high-end cards being bought, do you think they affect, like, the mid-tier, lower-tier cards, or do you think that they just don't have an effect on it just because they're so unique and so out there that, it's just...
Do you
think like a $750,000 Lewis Hamilton card selling is going to affect, like, let's say like his base Sapphire card by jumping that up like another like 10x from where it is now, or like increasing it like a certain percentage?
Yeah. I think when
just because it's such a huge card.
Yeah, I think initially when you see these massive cards being sold, I think they're more common parallels of that same card. Do you take an initial uptick in sales and overall price will go up a little bit? But unfortunately, I think for the long run, that those particular cards that are the lesser parallels will decline slowly in value. I think we've been talking about it for a while. When it comes to the numbered parallels, that's really where your money stays consistent with sports cards, in the sense. Again, we're in an untapped bubble. It's like the Pokemon market from a few years ago. Sports cards have been selling for all-time records. We used to only have 2 sports cards, I want to say, that hit $1 million, and now there's like 6. It's absolutely crazy how the amount of money that's being spent right now in this time that we're in.
I feel like you just don't buy into the hype, right? Like,
yeah,
this card sells like this, and then so now everyone's going to jack up their base prices, let's say from like $2,000 for a PSA 10 Lewis Hamilton base Sapphire to $5,000, but it's not going to sell because people know like what it is. And then eventually I think it'll come back down to where it's supposed to be, maybe 2,000, 2,500. And just a lot of people do that, right? They hear about a sale and then they're just like, well, my card value just went up like 30%. And then they change their eBay
all the time.
They change their eBay price like from $1,000 to $1,500 or $2,000.
I hear it all the time.
Hey, his big card sold for $1.5 million.
And unfortunately, if anybody buys that and they don't actually do their research and like follow the trends, and you're one of those individuals that end up going out there, well, hey, this Lewis Hamilton sold for $720,000. I'm going to get the base Sapphire PSA 10. The price on average is $1,800. All of a sudden, someone just changed their price to $5K. I'm going to spend $5K on this. You are a knucklehead. You should not be doing that. And, I think people are like, I feel sad for those people, or bad for those people that buy cards like that. And at the end of the day, I don't. I mean, you got to do your own research and figure that piece out, because hopefully if someone increases their price and obviously it doesn't move and people see that the market's not really changing that fast, they'll go back and start selling their cards at a normal price, because there's no way in heck. It's when people are buying the cards, it's also the problem. They're really that high. We already talked about that one. Juice must be happy with the Eagles 4-0 start. We're taking the game at a time, man. Every day we take a look at it. Go Birds, fly Eagles fly. I'm just saying. I saw something about NBA Prism as a set in 2021. There's more created cards and PSA than all soccer combined should we be buying? So I didn't mean to click off of that. So I believe I saw the same stat. Absolutely crazy that 2020, I believe it was actually 2019 Prism. I don't think it was 2021. I think it was 2019 Prism was the most rated basketball set of all time, something like that. But soccer is interesting, man. I don't know too much about it. I know a lot of individuals out there are buying soccer and they think it will go up. So soccer is still super cheap, even though, you know, people are valuing the Kylian Mbappe card raw at 200 grand. This little Messi sticker, easily six figures. But the soccer market is so interesting. Your boy Holland is going off in the Premier League. Mm-hmm. He just had another hat trick. He I guess I saw it on TikTok, but there was this French magazine. I'm not too familiar with it, so I'll probably butcher it. But there's this French magazine that rarely gives out perfect tens for like games, like they rank people in games. And Holland became the 14th person ever to receive a perfect 10 in his match against Manchester United. And he just dominated. And his cards are going to go up in value. Now, is soccer to buy? I mean, it's the most popular sport in the world. And there's not too many greater products of it. So theoretically, you should be buying soccer, but what's the cap? It's so unknown. Now, this is where if you gamble big and things turn up in the sense of, hey, the soccer market is going to take off, you could win big. But also at the same time, too, it's all about risk and reward. You could be risking it all and not get rewarded at all.
Do your homework.
In my opinion, these high dollar cards can't hold their value long term. How much money can get absorbed into the hobby? This is true.
But when you're buying cards like that are 101s, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, if you find the right buyer, you can sell it for any price, right?
Yeah.
There's only one. You're never gonna find another one like it. So.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
And like, for instance, that Lewis Hamilton, that came from the 2020 set, right, Drew? So that's the first Sapphire. So that not only is a 101, but that is going to be in the history books as the first ever 101 Sapphire of Lewis Hamilton, the GOAT of that particular sport. So, I mean, you're kind of getting a premium card at the perfect time. I see that card going way up in value over time.
Because it's the first. You know, it's the first Sapphire. It's the first of him in it. So
David has a good question here. What about super short print? Not numbered, but supposedly very rare. I'm kind of one of these people that like super short print cards. Like I follow the Genesis, Zebras, Downtowns. I think they're really cool. The problem is, David, is when Panini or Topps gets out of control. And that's why the super short print cards, I don't think over time will hold value like crazy. Look at the Kabooms, look at the Downtowns, and look at the stained glasses of late. It used to be very difficult pools to get. Then they made massive checklists, and now everybody has a stained glass. Look at Mosaic basketball when it came out. You used to be able to get one stained glass almost per case. It was almost like a case hit. Now Mosaic basketball, you get like 7 or 8 per case. And say a box is, I'm just saying, say a box is like 10 boxes. Like one case is 10 boxes. So that means well over half of the case has stained glasses in it. So they're still super short print technically because the amount of cards they're printing, they're still the same super short print. The problem is this checklists are just getting outrageous. So now like Downtowns are so freaking common. Now they made Downtowns and Kabooms, for instance. You can get gold Kabooms or green Kabooms, 101 green Kabooms, gold Kabooms. Same with Downtowns. They started adding numbers to it. Now those are going to replace those Downtown super short print. But back in the day with like first print Kabooms where they actually look like cartoonish, those are super hard to pull. Now they're just too common. So I really blame like Panini and Topps for those unique inserts that are super short print. It all dictates on what they're doing. So at the end of the day, I wouldn't put your money too much in them unless they're the older. Again, like Drew mentioned, do your homework. The older the insert, the older kabooms do a lot better than the newer kabooms.
And then with the short prints, it's hard because if you're let's say a new buyer or whatever, it's like difficult to convince them that this is a short print. Like, like you can easily tell a number out of 10, there's only 10 of those going to be available. But a super short print, it's like, do you know how many there are? How difficult it is to pull? Like, so for new buyers, it's tough to convince them, I think, with super short prints. So I do like super short prints, but I find it hard to really value them because I just don't know. Like if I opened up baseball products and unless someone told me like this type of card is a super short print, like I wouldn't know. I would just think if it looked just like a base card, I would think that it's a base card. Or if it's just a different pose, I wouldn't be able to catch it. It looks like Judge hit a 60-second home run. Everyone's
it looks like about 10 minutes ago, Aaron Judge hit his 60-second home run, which is the AL record, not the overall record, because that was done by Mr. Barry Bonds. What, he hit like 73, I believe. So, yeah, I don't know if Judge is juicing, but you might need to do a little bit more to catch up the Bonds. It's a joke, everybody. There's someone selling on eBay the air of the stadium for Judge today. There we go.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a buyer for it.
Why is a numbered sticker auto card more expensive than a number card signed in person and authenticated by PSA or BGS? The rarity. The rarity of that sticker card with how many stickers are actually printed. It's just it's collectible and so forth. I mean, anybody can go get an auto. That auto holds some type of value. But when that sticker card comes out, I assume just the exclusivity and the rarity of it. Hoss, what's up, man? Don't know if you guys know this, but Judge hit a 60-second. Congrats to him. Love you guys. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Invest in Ant-Man and Zion. Huge years coming. You think so? I think
the Mecca
Zion.
sports cards, they're the ones that I did the trade for that LaMelo auto. Yeah. At the National. Yeah.
Okay. Not bad. Okay. Let's if you guys got any more LaMelo, I got some Zion for you. And some Ant-Man. Let me know.
Ooh.
We need less people buying into breaks and more people buying singles. I feel like people were ripping versus buying singles. I don't know. I think there's plenty of people. I mean, if you go to card shows,
I think both can exist. Yeah.
And I think there's plenty of people buying singles. We see it all the time. I think that's what a lot of those, now sports card content creators are doing is all about buying. I'd never see them open up packs. Just bought a hobby pack of NBA Chronicles, pulled a Joshua Primo 101. Would you guys sell it now or hold for a little bit? I would hold for a little bit till the season starts. Drew, I cut you off before then. What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, with the last, I mean, breakers, it's a good way to get into things cheap. So I think, I don't think it affects anything other than more exposure for people. So I like people buying into breaks as long as they're buying it from a reputable, trustworthy, person with ethical business practices. So that's 100%. Up to you to decide who they are. But I mean, why not give it a shot? Then you can get deeply into things like me.
How would you say the Marvel market is doing, Drew?
The Marvel market, it's strong and healthy. You just don't see it behind the scenes. Like you might have heard that story of the guy who paid in February, but spent $200,000 and then sold it for $10,000.
I heard it wasn't the same set. I think Justin said it wasn't the same set.
Yeah, I don't think it was the same set, but behind the scenes, when you look at like the Marvel Facebook groups and stuff like that, it's actively people buying, selling, trading. So it's still a healthy market. It's just not as publicized as a lot of these other things are. Like you don't hear a lot about the big Marvel sales, but in these Facebook groups and stuff like that, a lot of personal sales are going back and forth.
Yeah.
So I think it's healthy and it's only going to continue to grow. I think Spider-Man Metal really kind of brought a lot of the Marvel stuff onto the map, and it was a very exciting journey for me to get into e-packs for the first time, to finish
You were like a
my
kid in the
character
candy store.
Yeah, and then I finished my character collection, except for the 101s. I mean, but those will come when the time comes. But I completed my goal. It was a fun and exciting thing. Met a lot of new people, and I think it's only going to grow from here with the future sets that are coming out. So I look forward to opening more physical products, e-pack products, collecting. So I think it's
There you
healthy.
go. I love it. What's up, Gin and Juice? What up? I started collecting Erlen Holland. This guy's the future of Creed. The dude is a stud.
Mm-hmm.
He is a stud. Hey, dudes. Lyle, what's up?
Glad I still have some of his cards along with that judge. So,
in my opinion, what's hurting the hobby is these so-called experts, investors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could be right. I mean, a lot of people go on YouTube to find information. Like, for instance, with us, we always have stated we're not the experts. We try to bring experts on. We're just a bunch of guys, in the hobby trying to have fun opening a product. A lot of guys.
We give our honest opinions about things. Like, if you don't think this card is great, we won't say it's great. I mean,
but to this comment, I would state that if you go on YouTube and you listen to individuals or follow somebody or whatever, you have to take everything they're saying with a grain of salt.
Yep.
So I agree with you a little bit, but at the same time too, the onus has to be put on yourself. If you're out there and you're just listening to everybody, what they're saying is the gospel. At some point, it's just as much as on them as it is yourself by listening to those individuals. But I get it though, because if they're called the experts and they market themselves as the experts and so forth, you have to give your trust to them. So I can see where you're coming from, and that's why I agree with your comment a little bit. But at the same time, too, just know that there's so much tomfoolery going on out there.
It falls on you at the end of the day to do your homework. Like we always tell people, this is our thoughts on this product, but it's up to you to decide whether you think it's worth the $300 to open the product or not.
Sup, Gin and Juice. Woo! Dallas won again. So did the Eagles, buddy. Not enough collectors and too many looking for a big hit. This is true. There's a lot of people that just want money.
Mm-hmm.
Lyle, what do you guys think of Kirk Cousins' crappy performance this week? They're raising hell here in Minnesota 8 or 9 times in the red zone and only 2 TDs. I mean, Kirk Cousins also getting hit a lot. At the end of the day, he's the one that makes the big money. So you're not going to blame it also offensive lineman, but it's on him, but it's also more than just him.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say. Here we go. I have an SGC 95 and a Beckett 95. Shohei Ohtani Topps Chrome updated rookie HTM 32. Also planning on getting a PSA 10 copy. What's your guys' thoughts are getting the same card graded across all 3 companies?
PSA is always number 1. Will always command the best value. I think SGC is slowly creeping up, and I think BGS. I feel like less and less people are grading with BGS. I think their numbers are going to be down overall in terms of
they're dropping.
They
need something to change. They are getting shafted. SGC's climbing. I'm with this one with Andrew. PSA is always going to be number 1. Why do all 3, especially when there's a massive gap? PSA 10s are going to hold a lot more value. Mm-hmm. Love the breaks. Thanks for the your advice too. Hey, Sean, you're welcome, buddy. Hi, Gin. Hi, Juice. Smack Daddy with the
high ash
Ketchum. Tie dye. Animal prints.
Zebra. Yeah, or animal prints. Yeah.
Really?
I'm not a fan of some of the animal prints.
That's fair. Okay, that's fine.
Elephants, zebras.
Marvel sold out on Slack. Physical boxes now hitting on 700.
He meant e-pack.
Oh, e-pack.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Now physical box. Yeah, I mean, we might see a climb in physical products, but there's always that risk, right? We've seen so many errors with physical boxes, so it kind of makes you wonder, when is the mathematical odds going to catch up with people with not pulling what they're supposed to get?
Yeah.
And supposedly, I mean, you can send that information to Upper Deck, and I don't know what their compensation package is, or even if they're going to compensate, but I know that was out there for a while.
Interesting. Serial numbered cards will always have a market compared to the common stuff. Parallels can be hit and miss. All depends on what person enjoys. Yeah, agreed.
Because
only trust number cards.
I mean, geez, what select? What was it? Select blaster boxes or whatever had all of those like 40 different die cuts per blaster. Like,
yeah,
that's a terrible thing to happen.
It's all gamble. It's all a game of facts. If you're not researching on the player or sport, yep, 100%. I'm not sure if you talked about it yet, but what's your thoughts on Mona Lisa rookie card? I did see that for the baseball product. I don't know. There's always these goofy things that come up. There was like the egg from it was a Ginter. Yeah, there we go. There's now this Mona Lisa rookie card. Like, I don't know, man. I think that a lot of that stuff's like just gimmicky. For fun. Yeah, and gimmicky. But if
I don't think you should ever pay like a huge amount of money for those things, like, at all.
Love you guys. Love you too. This guy says this is dangerous. Okay. Anyway, this guy. That's how you get sayings. Hold. Wait a minute. He's just doing great. There we go. We're just gonna skip over. If it weren't for people buying into breaks, the less singles would be on the market. See, this is true.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hey guys, this is kind of out there, but a gold LaMelo out of 10 Flux freshman insert or a Spider-Man red PMG from Metal 22. This is actually easy for I'm almost positive Drew and I are going to have the same exact answer. Which one should I hold, if not both? I think you should hold one, but go ahead, Andrew. I think we're going to surprise some people.
I would say depending on which Spider-Man red PMG it is from the Metal 2022.
Let's take it as Peter Parker's Spider-Man.
Is it if it's the 676 or whatever? I'd hold that over a Flux. I don't like
all
Flux.
Day.
I don't like Flux.
I think Flux product is a terrible product. I would sell that gold LaMelo for all the marbles that you could possibly get and hold Spider-Man red PMG if it's the actual Peter Parker Spider-Man.
Drew, I mean, it is 2021 because it was supposed to be released then, but it released in 2022, so that's why people are calling it the 2022. I like this question from Bishop. I saw it earlier.
We'll go ahead. Read it out loud.
Lootbox TV, what do you guys think about the rumor of all of the Marvel PMGs being bought up by Alt and relisted on Alt for 2x the price, trying to drive up the market? They can try. I mean, if they think that's going to work. But unfortunately, the Marvel community is very well educated and knowledgeable about things. So they're not going to be the ones that buy into like all of this hype. Like at the end of the day, the people who know, they know what cards are worth and what their value is. It's just that the people who think that they can make money by doubling, tripling, and people won't know, they won't. I mean, I see it all the time. Like certain cards that I've bought from like directly reaching out to people, or literally half the price that you see that people have posted on ComC for auction. Like people are asking ridiculous prices for cards that aren't even worth that price.
Yep.
So I mean, all it takes is just talking to a few people in the Marvel community, you know, like our friend Spidey Hits, or joining his Discord and asking people in the Discord there, and they'll give you a fair shakedown on the price. If they think it's only worth $2,000, $1,500, $800, they'll let you know if you ask them. So it's always good to ask and then kind of make your own judgment.
There you go. Are you guys buying into soccer in preparation for the World Cup? Are you seeing increases? Yeah. So we talked about it a little bit. I don't know if we're buying in. I mean, there's a couple of things like I'm going to click Team USA cards now. Are they the most valuable? No, because Team USA, we struggle, but I like Team USA a lot. So I'm going to be collecting a lot of their cards. But we've seen, we talked about it earlier. There's now a surface of a $200,000 gold vinyl Kylian Mbappe World Cup card of first appearance World Cup. There's also the stickers that came to market, and the 101 Messi was pulled. People are already saying is a 6-figure card. So, I mean, people are buying into it. Are we? Drew, are you?
I'm not particularly buying, but I'm kind of curious about the products that are coming out. I might buy into the products to open.
National Treasures World Cup.
Road to the World Cup. Yeah.
Oh, did you look at the pictures I sent you?
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, I hope Dude Luck buys a bunch of boxes.
So I'm not particularly buying like particular players in hopes that their cards values 2x's because of the World Cup, and then I sell it. But I'm more curious about the products that are coming out, and I'm kind of keeping my eyes out on those to kind of open. Like I see Mosaic might have a World Cup product, and I may or may not dabble into that because I don't know about
Prism.
that. But that NT one, I like it. If Prism comes out, that'll be great. Ooh, Flawless World Cup or something like that. I might be down.
Dude, National Treasures, though, those images
gonna
look
be
sick. How do you guys feel about investing in Trevor Lawrence? I think Trevor Lawrence, we've been saying a lot for the past couple of weeks, especially before the start of the season. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be a solid quarterback. He's got the right coach this time around. Investing in him, you definitely can, because I think his stuff is going to go up. I would just say this. There is so many Trevor Lawrence one-on-one cards, number parallel cards, common cards being printed that in order for you to make a substantial amount of growth with investing in Trevor Lawrence, you almost have to treat it like a stock and buying like shares, like a slab as a share. How many slabs are you going to buy of one particular set? And potentially, if the market moves, how much are you going to make in total? That's kind of how I would look at it.
Or I would look at it as you might have to just focus on some of his bigger cards.
Big cards, but that takes
money. Yeah, like you would have to look at maybe NT cards or things like that. So it's like a debate, like where do you put your money, and where you're going to see the biggest growth in the bigger cards. But if you can't, if you're not going to be able to put that kind of money into it, then you have to look at the next best set. So always look at the sets and the cards, and then kind of make a judgment on where you feel like you're investing. Because like I feel like he's a good investment, but he's just not in the right team yet, and things like that. So you just have to monitor and see. But again, that's going to be you have to look way into the future. You can't just assume I'm buying Trevor Lawrence now and then try to do a quick flip, because you might get burned if you try to do that.
Yep, agreed. Let's see here. Boom. You ever get back in the Lady Death, you earn any cards? No. So some of the base set from the 90s. Not bad. I had to check those out. Fly Eagles Fly. How do you guys feel about Fanatics buying Panini? Did that finally come out? It's been a rumor, but they haven't announced anything at this summit. It's been like a pretty boring news summit, if you ask me. The amount of money in the hobby is incredible, but the amount of money getting slugged at high value singles is wild. Can't believe there are that many types of buyers out there. It's crazy because like Shine's very public with a lot of his stuff, but I see like 5 people all the time I feel like are buying these big cards. And Shine's buying a lot of these damn big cards.
Big cards. He is.
Which kudos to him. But at the same time, too, when there's something that's sold all the time and it's just Shine, to me, it's like, is anybody else really buying these cards? Like, at least for the Charizard back in the day, you had like Logics of the world buying. You had, a handful of other individuals buying. I can't name them off the top of my head, but there was documentation of people buying first edition base set Charizards for high value, dollars. But anytime there's been a public sale of like some of these big time sports cards, especially the modern sports cards, I get the feel like Shine's been behind a lot of these. The Luca, this Hamilton, I
mean, just look at like PWCC auctions as they end. Look at the cards that get sold on Golden PWCC at the end of the week. I mean, there are there are cards that are selling every week that are big ticket items, like 5-figure, 6-figure cards, being sold. So I mean,
There's a
it's
lot of
just
those.
crazy. And
I
it's
think
just a lot of them we just don't know. They don't come out publicly and say, I just bought this card, that card, and they don't, flex like Shine does. But I mean, that's Shine's personality. And he likes to show off what he buys.
kudos. That man, please keep showing off his gorgeous
I
cards.
love it.
Michael James, you guys are the best to watch breaks. Hey, appreciate that, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Like Pokemon says, zebras are a lot cooler if you refer to them as white tiger parallels.
Ooh.
Oh, Pac-Man. I said Pokemon. Ah.
That's a good way to look at it, zebras.
I hit up Pac-Man, and he responded to my comment because he pulled a Amari Stoudemire Prism Scope from Choice, and I really wanted to add to my Rainbow set because now I'm at like 25 Amari Stoudemires. And I got the black gold. I got the 101. I'll share them at some point. But I really want that scope. And he says, yeah, it's available. And I've responded. And he never got back to me. So now I am frustrated. I want the card.
Fly out there and buy it.
Right? Where do you guys purchase most of your packs and boxes? Well, there's this guy named Polk that likes to screw us over every once in a while. No, I'm just playing.
When he buys from his Seattle distributor.
No, we buy
locally or Louisville.
Yeah, those are the two places we get a lot of our stuff.
I buy stuff from David Adams, Blowout.
I stick to Louisville or our boy Polk.
Mm-hmm.
What is your take on the Marvel comic insert cards and sketch cards? Ooh.
I love sketch cards. Comic cuts are interesting, but if you ask any collector, it's just better to collect the comic itself versus trying to get comic cuts and stuff like that. Like you saw the achievements, the full panel, 16 panel comic cover, cool. Which is cool, but for the price to get that achievement and get that just one, buy the comic. Sometimes it's easier to just buy that comic because those Amazing Spider-Man ASM 15s, or the AF 15s, they're easy to come by if you know where to look. So it's not hard to get that comic cover if you want, just depending on the condition. But it's just unique to have it as a card like that.
Noel says, Juice, how's the gym? So far, 1 week, I lost 6 pounds. Grinding. Grinding. Just wait.
So this is the typical morning for you, just 6 pounds.
Yeah, just drop a deuce and I'm good. Do you feel the same about Donruss Marvel?
Donruss? Really?
What? I've never heard of that. Oh, he means metal. Metal Marvel. Yeah, I mean, Metal Marvel is what we've been talking about.
And then I think upcoming Allure is there. There's the Avengers set that's coming out. I'm not too interested in those, but Marvel Beginning is coming out, so I'm interested in that. Marvel Masterpiece, when that comes out or when that gets announced, I'll be interested in that. So it's there's a lot of sets. Ooh.
Thoughts on game worn jerseys versus not affiliate? Oh,
game worn, hands down.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's a super big frustration, especially with the delay in products. How on earth could you not get a game used memorabilia? Because you're just cutting up a jersey. I mean, and the cloth that you use is so small. I don't understand why we still don't have game used memorabilia. Baffles my mind. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. I actually have I picked up a couple Kobe cards because they had game used memorabilia in them.
I remember at the one of the trade shows that was up here, trade nights.
I'm gonna get them graded and hold on to them because that type of stuff, Kobe game used items, but unaffiliated. Oh,
that's the worst thing to read on the back of a card. Not affiliated with any specific game or event, 100%. And you're just fuck.
What is a product that is coming out soon that you're excited to see? Ooh.
Well, obviously NT World Cup soccer. That'll be interesting to see. Marvel Beginnings is one I'm interested in
I really want to get select basketball. Basketball season's coming up. Select basketball should release this month. Cade Cunningham, it's a year late, but still, it's going to be dope.
One unique one was going to be the new Panini. Was it 3 and 2 or whatever?
I'm not
the
doing
baseball
that.
stuff. I might buy 1 or 2 just to see what that's like, or what that gamble's going to be. Is it going to be 3 cards in there?
That reminds me, Panini 1 and 1 is coming out very soon.
And Juice is committed to 10 cases by himself.
I'm buddy.
He's selling his left kidney.
And it's almost that time of year too. You know what else is coming up for me?
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be insane, buddy.
It's a birthday Vegas case opening of Panini 1 and 1.
It's gonna be a wild holiday season, I'll tell you that. For those of you who collect autos, 1997 Upper Deck Legends football cards have a large list of signatures. I used to buy by the box, and each has 4 to 5 autos in them. I have purchased a box with 16 autos in it. It is common for you to find extras. Wow. Do you ever, do you have, or do you know of anyone who still has sealed boxes for sale? I'm interested. Was a great experience. No
idea.
But I assume eBay or Craigslist, or do a Google search.
Or you can even reach out to some of the card shops.
Car shops, yeah. Wow, hope you find it, man. That's insane.
Relive that memory. I would keep that red PMG.
I wonder why. I wonder why. You're a little biased?
Maybe, but I like that. That's a good Spider-Man to have.
Should I sell or hold 2021 Panini Draft Picks Football White Sparkle Trevor Lawrence? Sell.
I do not like draft picks.
Draft Picks is not the best. White Sparkle is really cool. Parallel, I would sell.
Yeah, but college unis, no.
Why is Flux considered a bad set? It's just preference. Again, I mentioned earlier, take a lot of things from YouTubers with a grain of salt. So if it's your deal, run with it. But personally, I do not like it. I think it's a set that doesn't need to be created. It doesn't
for the value and what you get out of it for the price. I don't think it was worth it.
Yeah, but that's us. What's your least favorite NBA set? I really just like Illusions. Ooh, that's up there for me.
Illusions was up there. What is that? Photogenics was it said? I don't know why they even made that. Oof.
Wow. I have a 1-on-1 NFL patch RPA Trevor. Should I sell or hold it? Also, thanks for the help. Get it graded just so he stays in case so it doesn't get any more damage. And again, if he has a big game, it's up to you. If you don't need the money, don't sell.
Do you believe? I mean, but it comes down to more like, do you believe in Trevor Lawrence and his future? Yeah. Because, to get the real big bang out of that, it's going to require you to hold for long term, unless, he has some crazy season where he has a run for the Super Bowl and wins it.
Yeah.
And then I would say, sell if you don't think he'll ever do it again. Or that may be the peak. But
yeah,
it's personal preference.
Just went back and watched all your old Pokemon vids. Man, I miss the good old days. Let us know where some Pokemon product is. It's not tampered with. It's not potentially resealed. Wade. I would love to open up more Pokemon. Lawrence is tough because the value is based on team success, and AFC is loaded with great teams with great quarterbacks. And unfortunately, the Jags are the Jags. See, I think that conversation is going to change, though, because the Jaguars look like a solid team. I have a feeling they're going to win their division this year.
Little bias?
No, not a little bias.
Not a little bias because of their coach?
Hey, look, just because Doug Peterson helped us win a Super Bowl doesn't mean anything. Well, all I'm saying is they've proven it so far, the first 4 games, that they're the best team in that division. That division is trash. Absolute dog water. Just saying. What's up, Steve? How much Star Wars Galaxy Chrome are you guys picking up? Well, now the price is going to be like $260, over $200 when we used to get it for $80. So
not
probably half of Yeah, probably half of what we got before. But I'm going to pick up some boxes. I got to. I got a Kobe used shoe from 2004. Autographed and authentic. That's sick.
Sheesh, that's nice.
Obsidian is my favorite product. Illusion sucks. There you go.
Yep.
Are you guys fans of Whatnot? It is what it is. I'm not a big fan. I like the technology. I just don't like the community around it. Very interesting. But we don't have to get into it.
I just feel like some things sell for way more than they should if you just look on eBay. Just saying.
A lot more than they should.
Yeah.
And then people take advantage of it, and then those same people, when the market crashes, are going to back, wow, I paid $10 for a dollar card.
Yeah.
Oof. Actually pulled a 2021 Prism LeBron card with a game worn to use patch in it. Prism? Really? It surprised me right out of the back of it. There you go. That's pretty dope.
That's definitely cool for sure.
My guys, how are y'all? We're doing pretty good, Dan.
Dan the
Appreciate
Wise
you guys.
Man.
Right? Ooh, Republic of Casuals. I have a game used Kobe Dominique Wilkins certified game used patch. So you're saying I should hold on to it for a while? I personally will. I think Kobe Bryant.
Anything with Kobe, has some kind of value to it.
Yeah, especially if you got it for a good price and you're not looking to sell. I mean, what's your goal long term? Everybody's like, hey, should I hold this or not? It all depends like what your goal is, and either with your collection, with like your current goals. Like if you need money now, and like why, first of all, why are you even collecting? I'm not saying you, but like for those individuals that are like desperately needing money or like trying to find a way to make a buck, why are you even collecting cards to begin with, right? Or if you're not and you just want to potentially see where the market goes, start keeping track of your card. Maybe do a little bit of history of it. Maybe right on the back. I've seen people all the time, little sticky note that say on this date, 2012, this card was this much. 2015, it was this much. 2020 is this much. And follow a trend. Maybe you get to a point where it makes sense for you to sell. You guys hold a lot of sealed product.
Not for sports.
Not for anything. All those open boxes, sports card open, Pokemon, all those boxes up there, sports cards that have been opened by us. There's more over here that you can't see, but I have zero sealed collection. I open it all.
The only thing I have sealed in sports is probably like a FOTL Prism box,
which is just waiting to be opened.
We did open one,
and it was terrible.
It was terrible.
Very few from 2021 have game use. Got Shaq Donner's game use jersey series. Nice. This is an interesting one. Do 101s lose value if they're just graded authentic through PSA? No. I think
a 101 is a 101.
Yeah.
Badly.
I think it's just because they encased it and people don't know, but it doesn't matter if it's a PSA 8 or a PSA 10. I don't think there's going to be a premium about it. It's a 101. Bring back centration. We're here. What's up? How do you guys feel about pop figures?
Depends. It really depends on the right one. And then I feel like you need to have some friends or know some experts in the community, just because I've bought some fakes without realizing it until I talk to people. So there's always that. So I think it's very sensitive for pops, that you have to be very, very, very educated to know, or buy from like legitimate sources. Because I bought some off of eBay thinking that they were real, and then showed them to people and they were like, oh, that's a little off. So that's probably a fake and things like that. So
I think his value is at an all-time high right now. All-time high. And to go back to this conversation, the land of plane, I only collect Joker pop figurines. I'm a huge fan of the Joker, obviously, with the pictures and stuff behind me, with Joker pop figurines. Centration, I'm dead. Dude, Centration back in the day. Remember the Centration?
Is the best, bro.
Hey, Drew, did you say hi to Kiwi?
No, Kiwi, what's up?
Pulled a CD Lamb, a green rookie ticket, auto out of contenders, number 23. Thinking of getting it graded, then selling. Thoughts? Yes. Grade sell.
because Juice will buy those CD lambs.
Absolutely not. I will burn them. If you send them my way.
Oh, so sell it to him and then he'll burn his own card. There you go.
No. I think those put them a game at used patches. That's essential swatches. Okay. Yeah. Not bad. All right, guys. I'm going to leave you with one last story. We talked about 5 things. Well, this will be the 5th thing tonight. But let's do a recap. A buyer, aka Shine, purchased a 101 Topps Lewis Hamilton PSA 8 Sapphire card for $740,000. A beautiful card. There is a Kylian Mbappe Gold Wave card from his first appearance in a World Cup. People are valuing it at $200K. $200K is just chilling in a binder, someone's binder, which is interesting. Messi 101 sticker card has been pulled from Road to Qatar stickers, and people are already valuing that at 6 figures. Joey Burrow, Joey B, Joey Chill, Joey Ice, whatever you want to call him, is 101 National Treasures RPA sold for $1.7 million this week. And I have a feeling Shine's probably behind that one. And then the last thing I want to bring up to the crowd here, someone paid $120,000 for Mark Zuckerberg's Little League baseball card.
What?
The founder of Facebook has a Little League baseball card that was encased and graded, and then someone paid $120,000 for it.
What are the odds that Zuckerberg bought his own card?
I think it was actually a public auction.
Oh, interesting.
It was weird. Yeah. I don't know if there's charity behind it, but anyway, spending $120K on Mark Zuckerberg's Little League rookie card. Now,
terrible, just terrible.
Should I get Juice's Little League rookie card slabbed? We were sponsored by Metal Masters, which was like a metal company back in the day, I guess, in the little town that I lived in, and I have my own Little League card. Should I get it slabbed? See how much it sells for? Maybe $5. Rob G says, love your content. I'm new to the hobby. If you had $1,000 to start, what would you invest in? Figure out what you love. Invest in that. It's tough, man. It's tough to give advice like that.
Just buy the players you like.
Yeah, I would start there. Spend a little bit of money on the players you like. Understand the trends. That way, if the cards are not worth a ton of money, you don't feel as bad. And then understand, hey, watch the market and so forth, and then take that big leap. I would never just dive in and start going ham. Do the research first. Awesome, thanks. Remember to slap that like button, says Noel. Thank you. PS Sports Cards. I bought a mega retail box at Walmart, pulled a Tom Brady downtown. I went nuts. It was the best card I ever pulled. That's pretty dope.
Nice.
That is pretty dope.
I love it.
What a deal. All-time favorite this week. Let's go. He faked it. He's a loser king. Well, we'll leave you with that. Everybody, thank you guys so much for coming through tonight. We wanted to keep it a pretty short stream, less than an hour. Next week, we'll get a little bit more topical. We'll probably have some of the, well, hopefully if I can get some of them, but from the Lootbox Invitational Fantasy Football League, we'll talk about football. We'll talk about cards with other creators. So look out next week. And then this week, we got some cool videos coming up. But until next time, we'll talk to you soon. Deuces.
Debs. Boop, boop, boop.